Welcome to another video. My name is Stef. I'm a psychic soul alignment coach, and what I do is I work with spiritual entrepreneurs to help them to achieve a greater level of soul alignment through very deep levels of healing so that they're able to create their greatest level of impact, influence, and income. And every Wednesday, I go onto my Facebook community to do a teaching. So if you're watching this on YouTube, this video is coming to you directly from my Facebook community. And this is a video that's usually a couple weeks behind. So if you want to access these kinds of video teachings right away, and you don't want to wait so long for them to go on YouTube, definitely join me in my Facebook community by going to the links in the description of this video to join my community. And you can follow me on my other social media handles as well. All of that information is in the description. Now, when I tuned in and I asked what message or teaching I needed to bring forward today, I kept hearing that trusting in yourself is the key to your success, okay? This is really important because I've been getting a lot of people that I've been speaking to, working with lately, that have a lot of things around not believing in themselves, not trusting in their action steps that they're taking, whether the things that they're doing are working in order to help them get the results that they want, and so on. So if you want to succeed in reaching a certain level of business goals, financial goals, goals that you have for the year to create your impact, whatever it may be for you, in order to really bring those about, you really have to trust in yourself, okay? This is the way it's going to happen. You can't wait for anyone or anything outside of you to confirm to you or to make you trust in yourself. That all comes from within. You have to cultivate that from within yourself. And that's where a lot of people get caught up and they have challenges. They get stuck in not knowing how to really trust themselves, and this holds back their success. So how you start really trusting in yourself in order to create the success, because it's key in creating your success, it's a very vital part to your success, is number one, you have to learn to definitely lean into and trust your intuition and be led by that, okay? Because when you allow yourself to be led by your intuition, then that is going to support you in creating the success that you desire, okay? So when you feel intuitive hits coming up for you to speak on a certain thing, to create a certain thing, to move in a certain direction, take a certain action step, whatever that is for you, when you feel that intuitive pull, you have to take action on it. Because as you take action on that, you're literally receiving the downloads necessary that are coming from the spirit world to lead you down the path of success. So as you practice taking action on these steps that you get, and you see that it works out, you see how things start coming together, this helps you to cultivate a greater level of trust inside of yourself, to know like you do have the answers within. You are being guided by spirit, and this allows for you to more easily lean into that trust and believe in your success, okay? And you know, as I said, when you lean into that, you allow your intuition, your inner guidance to lead you forward down the path of your greatest success. So this is how you can begin cultivating that greater level of trust with yourself, is listening to your intuition and asking yourself, going within and asking, okay, what is my next step here? What do I need to be speaking on? How can I best support the world? Or what is the best decision for me for my highest good in this situation, the circumstance? And tuning into yourself, and whatever you feel is the answer for you, lean into that, take action on that, listen to that, because that is inner guidance coming through a lot of the times. If it's not from a fearful place, it's inner guidance coming through, trying to lead you down the path of your greatest success. And as you do that and you see it working out, it helps you to cultivate that greater trust with yourself so that you can move forward and you can believe more easily in your success, okay? So this is the first thing, okay? Because you have to cultivate that self-trust within you. You can't wait for a coach to make you believe and trust in yourself, or for certain material manifestations to show up for you to finally say like, oh, now I trust that I can achieve this goal. Now I trust that I can do this. No, you have to bring that up and build that up from within you, okay? So this is how you can start doing it, is trusting in your intuition. Another thing is looking back to things that you were able to do in the past that you didn't think you could do, and you did it anyway, and that helps you to really trust that you have the capacity to succeed, trust that you know how to handle the things that come your way. So this is how it helps you to start building this greater level of trust with yourself, for you to more powerfully move forward and trust that you can achieve those other things that you desire to achieve, even if you haven't done it yet or ever. this allows you to start building up that trust, which is so important because, again, you have to build that stuff. That's trust within yourself, okay? The next thing is that to really build that level of trust that you need to trust that the steps that you're taking are supporting you in coming into greater alignment and supporting you with bringing about the success that you want. So quite often, especially for entrepreneurs, they want proof that the things that they have been doing, such as promoting a certain program or taking certain action steps to grow their social media accounts or whatever it is, they want to see the numbers, they want to see the results to really trust and believe that they're gonna have the success, that they're doing the right thing. And you need to shift away from that. You need to just trust that whatever you're doing is working. It is bringing you into alignment. You are succeeding. And as you learn to trust in that, things will work. But you can't wait to be validated with the action steps that you've been taking to finally trust that, yes, this is working. You have to trust and it will come together. Does that make sense? So you have to know that every single action step that you're taking that gets you out of your comfort zone, that is in the direction of your goals, that is affirming this new version of yourself, etc. As you're taking these action steps forward, you have to trust that you are definitely going to succeed and you are definitely coming into alignment with your end result. And you just have to keep moving forward from that space, okay? Knowing and trusting, because if you keep doubting, if you take this action step and then you're like, oh, but is this going to work? Or you take this and you think, okay, I did that thing, but I don't think it's working. And you're just constantly questioning and doubting. You're not in alignment. You're not in alignment for the thing that you want because you're in doubt, you're in fear, you're in worry. I've talked about this in many different videos in different ways, but when you fall back into doubt and fear and worry, your energy is wavering. It's not strong. It's a weak signal. It's not a match for your desires. So you have to be very strong in your level of self-trust to put out that strong signal, that strong energy field, and to just be like, no, this is definitely working. I know I'm making progress. I know I'm on the path to success. And that allows for you to then be more in alignment to create that success and manifest it, okay? So when you catch yourself wavering, when you catch yourself doubting and being in fear, that is a sign to you that you're not in trust. And that is an opportunity for you then to look deeply into why that's the case and shifting that so that you can then start shifting back into, no, I know this is all working out. I know I'm on the right path. I know I'm coming into alignment with my desires, okay? The next thing that I got asked to mention is that when you develop a higher level of trust with yourself and with the divine, trust equals certainty a lot of times, okay? When you deeply trust in yourself and what you have the capacity to do, to create, to manifest, when you trust in the divine supporting you and bringing forward your desires, when you really trust, you develop this certainty, this knowing that it's done, it's on the way, it's happening. And that is very powerful to achieve because that is literally how you manifest so easily and with so much more ease and grace, is that deeper knowing that it's done. I know it's all working out. I know that I'm doing everything I need to be doing, etc. When you come from that space, it has to manifest because you're really strong in your energy. You're putting out a strong signal, you're a vibrational match. And so whatever it is that you're calling in has to come in. But again, you have to build up to that level of trust, that level of certainty and knowing in order to get there. And this is going to be valuable to you because as we're constantly moving forward to different levels or greater levels of ourselves, of our business success, etc., we're going to have to achieve or cultivate a greater level of trust. But the more that you cultivate that, the easier it's going to be to shift into higher and higher and higher levels. And that's ultimately what we want. So you have to take those baby steps to keep building up on that level of trust over and over and over again to finally get to the point where you just know. And I speak this from experience because I've been practicing, all of these spiritual teachings and things that I've been sharing with other people over the last few years and really embodying it to a greater level, really understanding it to a greater level. And now I'm currently at the level where I know my desires are done. I know I will get what I want. And I know I don't have to know how or when or through whom or any of that stuff. I just know, because I have gone through so many experiences where I have practiced trusting my intuition, trusting in the action steps that I've been taking, trusting in the universe to bring miracles for me, etc. I've taken so many action steps towards that. I've had so many experiences in regards to that I've developed this greater level of knowing now. It's gone beyond trust now. It's now shifted into knowing. I just know. And that is what allows for magic and miracles to unfold in our lives. When we can get to that space, that's when we effortlessly manifest and things just show up for us. And that's how we're meant to be living our lives, actually. But it takes a process. So you have to take yourself through this process of trusting in yourself, that you're going to be able to catch yourself if you fall, trusting that everything you're doing is working out and will pay off, trusting that you are being guided, trusting in that inner voice that's telling you to go down this way or not to go down this way. You have to keep practicing that trust again and again and again until it's just easy for you to trust in yourself, and you know in your capacity to be able to do things. You know that you're being supported by the divine in achieving things, and from that space you're able to flow with who you really are. Because what happens is when you're not trusting, you're in fear, you're in doubt, you're in worry. That comes from ego. And ego is not who you really are. Ego is just this construct that kind of disconnects us from who we truly are. Okay, who we truly are on a spiritual level, our higher selves, our soul, completely knows everything is okay. Knows that everything is unfolding. Everything is exactly where it needs to be. Everything is perfect. There's abundance. We're worthy. We're successful. This is who we truly are. Who we truly are is connected to these truths. But when we're still riddled with ego and doubt, worry and all these different things, we don't really embody those things. And that takes us off, right? And that's why we have challenges with creating the success that we want or manifesting the success that we want, because we fall back into ego and we don't allow ourselves to flow with the really powerful energy of who we really are. But when we're deeper into trust and we're connected to this truth, then that power of who we are can flow through us effortlessly, because it's not being weakened in any kind of way by the fear and the doubt and the worry of mistrust. Okay? When we're really connected to everything's okay, it's fine, it's all working out, that energy can flow, that powerful energy can flow, and all the things that we desire start flowing to us. So this is how trusting in yourself is very critical to your success, is you really have to trust yourself, especially because quite often in entrepreneurship, like I said, you're not always going to see the path clearly laid out before you. Quite oftentimes when we start out our businesses or in the first few years of businesses, we can set these amazing yearly goals for what we want to create in that year. We set these goals at the start of the year, and we don't know how in the world that's going to unfold throughout the year to get that result by the end of the year. And that's where trust is really important, because you have to trust that your inner guidance is going to lead you down the path that's going to be the most beneficial for you, and that every step that you're taking is working out, that you have the capacity to navigate whatever shows up your way to be able to reach these goals, that you're supported. You have to lean into these things. And the more that you practice that, you will develop a greater level of, this unprecedented level of confidence, in a sense, where you just know, okay, that's what I want. I got it. It's done. And you just move forward towards it, expecting it, just expecting it, and knowing that it's yours. And as you evolve into this space, that's when the things show up magically and powerfully for you out of nowhere. And you create the success with so much more ease and grace, because you're connected to your true power, and it just comes. When you're in doubt and fear and worry, you're not believing in yourself or the universe or whatever, that's when your energy wavers and you have challenges manifesting what you want. And it's not necessarily that, you're not worthy of the desires that you want, or that you don't have the capacity to, or that you have to be doing more to get it, or that what you were putting out there wasn't good enough. It's not any of that. It's just you and your relationship with you. You have to really be in your power to manifest, especially as a spiritual entrepreneur. You have to really be in your power to have these things happen. And you have to get to that point where you feel inside of yourself, I know who I am. I know I'm loved and supported. I know I got this. I know it's all working out. And you're just so solid in that nothing that is outside of you that is happening or not happening sways you in any kind of way. because you're just so solid in who you are and you're just so focused on your goal and you know you're going to reach it, and that's it. Nothing scares you, nothing intimidates you, nothing throws you off in any kind of way. You're just very sure, like, that's what I'm getting, and that's the end of that. I'm not expecting anything less. This is what I want, and this is what it's going to be, and that's what I'm going to get. And you just move forward towards that. So that is why it's really important, because when you can have that level of focus and that level of confidence and trust and just knowing, and you're just moving in the direction of your goal, you're going to get it. You're going to succeed. It's going to happen. 100%. But when you are, all over the place swerving, that's when you're not going to really get there. You're going to have some challenges. Okay? You're going to bump yourself along the way. So that's ultimately what we're here to do, is really embody who we truly are, this higher aspect of ourselves. When we can embody this true divinity, we are totally in our power, and we just know it's done, and we get it. And we get to move forward with the success that we want and making the impact and all that other stuff. So this is the message that I was asked to bring forward to you guys today, is trusting in yourself is the key to success. And this makes total sense, because at the time that I'm doing this video, what I channeled for the weekly energy reading was all around this week, the first week of May 2020, was all around how you really need to, I think it's like, believe in your impending success was the message. Your success is coming. It's there. It's impending. I had to Google this. Like, what does impending mean? It's like about to show up. And it's coming, but you need to believe in it. You need to trust in that. You need to just move forward towards it instead of continuing to doubt and question and wonder and when and who and all the things. The more that you find yourself catching yourself in those kinds of traps of questioning and worrying and stressing, the more that shows you that you need to work on your trust with yourself, with the divine, or both. You got to work on those things to cultivate that greater level of trust. The faster you can cultivate that greater level of trust, the faster you'll be in your absolute divine power to really just know it's done and nothing phases you anymore. You're not worried about it anymore. And it's taken me quite a bit of a process to get to this point, to really understand what it takes through so much trial and error. But once you achieve this, it's absolutely life-changing. 100%. And the world gets to be magical. You get to experience miracles. And not because, not because of anything in particular. It's just that when you're connected to your true divinity, you're able to access those miracles that are always all around you all the time. But now you're accessing them because you completely have unwavering trust and knowing that it's yours and it's done. And then it can show up. So this is the message, is your success is there, but you need to trust in yourself on all the different levels that it can show up for you to create that success. Okay? I really hope that this has helped you, because this was actually like a message today, which is different, because normally I do messages sometimes on Facebook. Sometimes on YouTube, I'll do more of like messages. But this one just turned out to be a message today. I guess many of you guys needed this. So if you're watching this, it's not out of coincidence. You need to trust in yourself and whatever new things that you're stepping into, or whatever goals that you're trying to reach, or whatever's going on at your life at this time. Because right now, at the time of this video, we're still going through quarantine, through the coronavirus. Many people are experiencing certain challenges with their careers, and they're feeling certain things about the future. And when you're really in your power and you really know who you really are, you're not worried about these things. You trust that you will do what you need to do, that everything's working out. You're provided, you're supported. It will just all be okay. So if you're catching yourself being worried in any kind of way, doubtful, fearful in any kind of way, this is a really great opportunity for you to dig into that more deeply, to see what that's really about, so you can then, from that space, cultivate more trust inside of yourself. And this will allow for you to move forward much more easily. So don't run away from, the experiences that you're having that are causing you to not trust yourself. If something came up for you and you had a lack of trust, like I shared recently, I got interviewed on Sunday in a group, and I shared in that interview how before that interview happened, I was starting to feel a bit anxious and nervous, because I wanted to channel with my guides prior to doing the interview to see what I needed to speak on, what I needed to teach on and share. And I felt like I didn't have enough time, because it was early in the morning because of the time difference. And I just felt like I didn't have enough time to like really sit down and calmly like tune into them and ask them and all this other stuff. And I felt rushed and I felt all this anxiety. And when I finally tuned into my guides, they were basically saying like, hey, trust yourself. You got this. You know what to say. You know exactly what needs to be said because you're so tuned in that you can totally share the messages in which way they need to be shared. You have so many experiences to share related to the topic. You don't need to plan this out. You don't need to like necessarily sit down and like channel a whole teaching or something for this community or whatever. Just do you. Do you. You got this. That's basically the message that they gave me. And I was like, yes, you're so right. Why am I stressing out about this in my head? And I went and I did the video and it was fine. It was amazing. It was a great value to that community. And that was it. So we need to recognize where we're not trusting ourselves in these instances, where we're doubting, we're fearful, and just let that go. Like even that whole same experience with that interview, like I was experiencing right now with this video teaching. And I was like, what do I need to speak on today? It's late. I haven't channeled on the topic in advance. I don't know what to talk about. And I'm just over here stressing out. And I'm trying to like ask, and I'm feeling like I can't hear my guides. And then I hear the topic, but then I'm like, no, maybe I'm making things up because that's what I've been talking about lately is trusting in self. And that's the message I've been giving people lately. So I'm over here questioning like, hey, am I making this up or are they really telling me this? And I'm going back and forth with myself and I'm just trying to calm myself down and all this other stuff. Finally, I was able to calm myself down enough to be like, okay, what is the topic? They're like, Stephanie, trust in yourself. That's the topic you need to talk about today. And you need to trust in yourself too. Like, you got this. You're going to say what you need to say. It's all good. Right? So every time that we catch ourselves in these kinds of things, it's nothing bad. It's just an opportunity to lean into greater levels of trust. So for me, that's just, this experience this past week with like questioning what I have to share and that kind of stuff has been a really great opportunity to be like, why am I questioning myself? Like, why am I making it such a big deal? What's going on with this brain, this mind here that is trying to like scare me? And understand, no, it's okay. Like, I'm going to say what needs to be said and it's going to benefit whoever needs to hear it. And just leaning into that, taking action on that, moving forward and letting that be okay. That's how we lean into trusting ourselves sometimes. It's just doing the thing and just getting it over with and seeing how we got this. That's basically it, right? So I really hope that this has helped you in some kind of way, even if it was just a reminder to let you know that it's all about self-trust. The more that you trust yourself, you become a badass, basically. You become so powerful that nothing phases you and you're willing to go to greater and greater levels. And it doesn't scare you anymore. You're not doubting it. Because I see so many entrepreneurs getting caught up with stepping into that next level of themselves because it's this next level and it's all scary and they don't know how and when and all the things. And all that doubt, that insecurity, that lack of belief keeps them from being able to reach that next level. You have to do your best to cultivate that greater level of trust inside of yourself to be able to reach those higher levels again and again and again. And once you do that, you get those things. That's how you achieve the success that you want. You have to trust that you got this. You got this. And that's a practice that we all have to go through and experience. So I really hope that this has helped you. If it has, please give this video a thumbs up, a like wherever you're watching from. I think it will be on this side. So hopefully on YouTube, hopefully I'm pointing in the right direction. If you're watching on YouTube, there will be cards up here that you can go to click on playlists that might interest you to help you create your impact as a spiritual entrepreneur, connect with your higher self, to help you with your awakening ascension process. So you can check those out. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to see more of these kinds of video teachings and messages. And let me know in the comments below what you thought of this video, how it resonated with you, what you got out of this, because I really want to know what challenges do you have with trusting in yourself, because that always helps me to understand what kind of video content I can do to help you to cultivate greater levels of trust with yourself, because it is a bit of a journey, as I said, but it's so worth it. And all I can tell you for right now for this video is just recognize where you're not trusting yourself, what's going on there, what's the real story behind that, and getting to the bottom of it, and then releasing it in whatever way you feel called to do it. Some people do it through healing work, through mindset journaling, whatever your inner guidance is telling you to do around that. Trust in that, to shift that story, to shift out of that fear, and to lean back into trust. And that will help you to move forward much more easily. So that's basically it. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate all of you. I will see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye.